Hello, Stoster Party, bringing you another episode of non-budget Dragon Link Versus, and today it's versus Unchained. But without further ado, let's get into the games. We're going to start off with Black Metal Dragon, go into Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon effects search and boot sector, while the Red Eyes searches the Red Eyes MD. Going to go into the Romulus from here, starting the regular line of play, getting the Divine Lance to search the Phalanx summons itself, get the Black Metal Dragon, go into Halqifibrax, Brax, into Rocket Synchron, then going to make Apollosa, make a safe route off of LP to get some additional monsters. Then I realized I made a mistake. I should have probably searched up something that could have gotten me into Tracer, because I have no Tracer access currently. So I'm going to be able to go to Silver Rock and remove their Boral Sword. I now know what they're on. And here's where the not having Tracer kind of messes me over completely. I didn't have Boral Sword, so I couldn't have negated that. They had ways to force stuff out, but they would have had to use an additional piece of material, that being the Pankratops in hand. I'm going to be able to Nibiru them here, but there's at least a little bit of a small victory here. I still have the Collapse Serpent, and I'm able to go into the Striker Dragon. And then at this point, I'm going to be able to make the Heretic Spheres to be able to try bouncing their copy of the Nibiru token that's on the side of the field. I'm then going to go into my copy of the Boral Savage, and they're going to go into the Aharaha, but I'm going to negate that so they don't get an additional search. And we're going to bounce the token, but then Dark Ruler no more came down. I'm still going to be able to use the Tribute effect of the Heretical Spheres to get some sort of search, but at this point, they don't have lethal because they use Dark Ruler no more, so they can't deal lethal damage. But I'm able to negate the Unchained Abomination, but they do have a lot of materials on the field to work with. At this point, I activate the Boot Sector launch, they chain the Pankratops, and I activate Safe Routes effect to shuffle back into Boral Sav, but checking here, I have no Striker Dragons left in the extra deck, so we're back with game 2, and well, we opened the Rocket Synchron, which doesn't feel great, or at least our opponent doesn't have an interrupted Kaiju Slumber in their hand. We're going to start off by Chaos Spacing away the Silver Rocket, going into the White Dragon Wyver Burster so we can search off the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. Chaos Space is going to put the draw as an additional card. We're then going to get to add the White Dragon Wyver Burster back to hand. We're going to do Divine Lance, getting the Phalanx. Going to then misplay and forgetting the fact that I can't actually bring back the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent off of World Legacy Guard Dragon, but it doesn't end up mattering in this duel anyway. Going to be able to go into the Unchained Abomination, then going to be able to go into Tracer, taking the Silver Rocket, Boot Sector launching out the Rocket Recharger, going into Boral Savage Dragon, and then passing it from there. So now we have the bounce, the extra deck pop, the generic pop, and the one Omni Gate. And our opponent's going to Gamma Seal away our spheres, but that's in response I'm going to get to pop a lot of their stuff. Because they play Spy Squad, I'm going to negate that. But Abominable Unchained Soul is not once per turn, so I'm going to lose a bit of stuff to them just attacking into it. And they're going to pop Raha to get Sarama and destroy my Rocket Tracer. Then going to use their effective, or I could use the dog to make the other dog. Then I'm going to use this neat play with Striker Dragon, where I'm going to use its effect to bring back, or to activate the effect of Rocket Recharger, link all these away for Apollosa, they activate the effect, I'm going to negate that effect, I'm going to Boot Sector launch out a Tracer, or not Tracer, Silver Rocket. I'm going to quick launch out the Tracer. Going into Battle Phase, they activate the effect, I'm going to negate that. I'm going to go into Battle Phase, attack with my copy of the Draco Berserker of the Tenyi, they're going to activate the effect, I'm going to negate that. I'm going to swing with Delingerous, pass it on to them. So they're going to activate the Searcher, they're going to go Sarama's effect. I'm going to banish the Sarama with my copy of Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. They're going to activate the effect of the Ragia Graveyard. I'm going to negate it with Apollosa, and that's the game. We're back with game 3, and that's a Super Poly in our opponent's hand. So we're just going to have to just play this out, but are going to be able to go into the Black Metal Dragon, in effect trigger. We're going to then be able to go into the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, then go into the Dragonite Romulus. Going to do the regular play now from here, getting the Phalanx, and then Guard Dragoning back the card that actually can be summoned off that card's effect. Going to go into Appaloosa, make LP. LP then makes Safer, so I can get the Chaos Dragons into my hand, so I can start extending more. Then I'm going to go into the Unchained Abomination, go Tracer, pop the copy of the World Legacy Guard Dragon. The Unchained Abomination is going to pop the copy of the Silver Rocket, remove their Boral Sword, and then from here make Tracer. So I have the pop, 2 monster negates, and they super volley that all away. Yeah, and here I make a bit of a mistake forgetting that I should have just Forbidden Dropped when the thing was increasing its attack. So then it would have not been able to get its ability, but I can still do something from here. We have the Tempest going into Dragon Ravine, pitching away the Boot Sector launch, getting the Abs Router, going to Rocket Tracer, popping the thing. Now we have a Rocket Recharger. Now we can make Striker Dragon, and they scoop it up because if I have the Striker Dragon, Rocket Recharger combo access, I can make any of the cards that I just lost the previous turn. And from there, I could probably make Boral Sword along with either Boral Savage or Unchained Abomination, and would just have it from there.